Episode 3, The Blue Ball Inn, Brucetown, Virginia, July 3rd through the 4th, 2025. Part 3. Hi everyone, I'm Airick with B R Paranormal. Welcome to Episode 3 of Evidence with Airick. In this episode, we will be concluding the evidence review of our investigation of the Blue Ball Inn, which we conducted on July 3rd through the 4th. We have 3 rooms left to review: the parlor, the kids' room, and the mirror room. For the other rooms, please check out our prior episodes. For the 3 rooms we will be reviewing, we had EVP recorders and wired cameras in each room. We also had wireless cameras in the parlor and the kids' room. As usual, we will start with the audio evidence. The following clips were captured on either the EVP recorders or the wired cameras. The quietest room during the investigation was the mirror room. We did not capture any unusual or unexplainable voices or noises. We will first review the audio evidence from the kids' room. All of the following clips are from the EVP recorder. In these first 2 clips, it sounds like something was being thrown, but we did not catch any visual evidence of what it might have been. At the start of the investigation, we set up strings of bells in 3 rooms: the pink bedroom, the mirror room, and the kids' room. In the following 3 clips, we caught sounds of the bells ringing, but when we reviewed the camera footage, we did not see any of the strings of bells move. The sounds of the bells ringing were only captured on the EVP recorder in the kids' room. We will now review what was captured during the ghost box session in the kids' room. As always, these are our best guesses of what we believe we heard. As soon as we began the session, a woman seemed to greet us. The following 3 clips are of questions we asked and appeared to have received answers to them.
Is there anything you want to say to us? Is there anything you want to say to us? Do you like us being in this room? Do you like us being in this room? Are you playing with our cameras? Are you playing with our cameras?
We repeated the last question and received an answer before we had even finished asking it. This time, the response was from a female.
No? What's causing our cameras to go? No? What's causing our cameras to go?
In this clip, a voice appeared to call out the name of one of our team members. It was followed a couple of seconds later by a question. Perhaps spirits were getting impatient, when in this final clip, a male voice came through, followed by a female's. Moving to the audio evidence from the parlor, we captured voices on the EVP recorder and the wired camera. This first clip is from the EVP recorder. We believe we hear a woman say the name Madison. In this second clip, we hear a woman's voice say a name, possibly looking for the property owner. This last one is both confusing and intriguing. To us, it seems like a woman is speaking a name in Italian. Our final audio evidence is from the ghost box session we conducted in the parlor. In this first clip, Joseph had been away for a while, so he asks a question about his absence. We get a response, and we follow up with what we think we heard and get another answer.
Are you happy that I'm back? say I am? Yeah, was that an I am?
I think so.
Are you happy that I'm back? Did you say I am? Yeah, was that an I am?
I think so.
In these next two clips, two different people asked a variation of the same question about 2 minutes apart. Both times, we got the same answer.
Could you tell us how many spirits are in the house? Could you tell us how many spirits are in the house? How many are here with us? How many are here with us?
Now we will move on to the video evidence captured in the 3 rooms. We will start with the mirror room. But before we start, I would just like to mention that the majority of the images are of what we call unidentified visual phenomena, or UVPs. If you have watched our prior episodes, then you should be familiar with this term and our thoughts about them. And with that, let's proceed. In this first video clip, a UVP appears at the upper right by the extension cord and moves down and in front of the mirror before shrinking and disappearing into the wall. In the next clip, a large UVP rises up from the floor in the middle of the screen. It vanishes before it reaches the rafters. Another large UVP, or possibly the same one, appears at the upper left, descends to the chairs, and then exits to the lower left. A third UVP enters from the right and goes to the left before curving towards the mirror as it changes size and then disappears. In this clip, while Joseph, the property owner, is sitting in front of the mirror, multiple UVPs appear throughout the room. Towards the end of the clip, one descends from the upper center and appears to pause briefly at his left shoulder before continuing to the right. It then becomes smaller as it drops down to the floor. Although there are several smaller UVPs in this clip, a large one appears from the bottom center of the screen and travels upward. At the same time, another UVP comes from the right and moves to the chairs in the middle of the room. It then gets larger as it heads to the lower left. In this last clip from the mirror room, while multiple insects are flying around, a large UVP appears at the bottom left and heads above the chairs. It then falls to the left, decreasing in size as it returns to the floor. We now move to the video evidence from the kids' room. This was the only room where we had consistent issues with the wired camera. The lights would flash about every 8 seconds, so the clips are very brief. However, since we had a wireless camera, we have other images that were not impacted, but they are in black and white. In this first clip, a UVP appears to the right of the desk and moves to the right before dissipating. This next clip shows a large UVP descend from the middle of the ceiling and gradually float to the floor, where it appears to pause by the toys to the right of the desk. It then is lost when the camera flashes. Here, a UVP starts at the second rafter at the left and crosses the room in a fairly straight line, staying close to the top of the screen. In this last clip from the wired camera, a UVP appears in front of the toys on the rug. It then curves to the right and then heads upward before the camera resets. These next few clips are from the wireless camera, where UVPs can be seen entering the room from around the door and doorway. We now come to the final pieces of video evidence, which were captured in the parlor. These first several clips are from the wired camera. While conducting a ghost box session and playing songs from different eras to trigger activity, UVPs appeared around our team members.
Dear, I'm thinking of you while you're all alone.
We will now take a look at the videos from the black and white wireless camera to get the perspective from the other side of the parlor. In this clip, a UVP appears to the left of the tripod and blinks past the chair. It then changes shape and moves toward the ceiling, passing the wall telephone. This clip shows a UVP starting from the right of the tripod. As it moves past the doorway, there seems to be two of them as they go by the record player on the left. In this clip, a UVP appears above the chair. As it goes by the camera, it may be the cause of the camera flashing at that moment. Our final video clip from the parlor was captured while we were playing different songs. In a prior clip, when this particular song was played, we saw numerous UVPs. This clip, taken from a different angle, shows the other end of the room where a strange, mist-like anomaly passes over a team member's head. We will now play the video again, pausing at the anomaly. No one was smoking or vaping when it appeared, and this is the only time we saw it. And that concludes our evidence review. Now for our final thoughts. To date, we have conducted 2 investigations of the Blue Ball Inn. After each one, we left feeling underwhelmed. That was because during the investigations, we did not have any real-time experiences. There were no unexplained sounds, voices, or equipment interactions. However, when we reviewed the audio and video footage, we discovered that we had captured more activity than we initially thought. We did not encounter anything scary, eerie, or malevolent, but based upon our evidence, we believe that there are numerous spirits and/or entities in the Blue Ball Inn. Would we go back for another investigation? Definitely. And that is because after each investigation, we end up with more questions than answers. And with that, we conclude this episode. I'm Airick. Thank you for watching. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.